now.
The engine's in the river. There are several cars hanging off the tracks.
An Amtrak derailment sends cars plunging down a steep embankment, injuring a handful of passengers who were bound for Connecticut. Thank you for being here with us at 4 o'clock. That train, known as the Vermonter, was headed for D.C. with more than 6 stops right here in Connecticut.
Federal investigators just arrived on scene in Northfield about an hour ago. It's believed rocks fell from a ledge, fell onto the tracks, causing the derailment, sending one locomotive and a passenger car over an embankment. Now, 3 other cars left the tracks but remained upright. 98 people were on board. Most of them suffered minor back and neck injuries. 7 people were taken to the hospital.
We felt something, it just was like a bump. And next thing we knew, there was like, we kind of swerved to the left and then swerved to the right, and we all going, uh-oh.
The train was due to stop in Windsor Locks, New Haven, and Hartford, along with cities in New York and Massachusetts, with D.C. as the final destination. Right now, Connecticut passengers are being bused to Springfield. Then they will get on trains from there. The stretch of railway where the derailment happened has had 54 accidents in the last 8 years, including 14 derailments.
This is not over. Just because the rain stops does not mean that we are out of the woods.
On a different note now, the danger still not over in South Carolina. The state is beginning to move from a response mode to assessment mode as the rain starts to let up. At least 9 people are dead and hundreds more in need of help at this hour. Right now, search and rescue crews are going door to door looking for anyone who may be trapped. Well, another big concern, they're getting water to the more than 40,000 people without it.
Yeah, thousands of others don't have power, but help from Connecticut is on the way. And our Matt Scott joins us from our New Haven bureau now with that story. Hi, Matt.
Hi, Jen. It's kind of ironic. They need to get water to 40,000 people where there's nothing but water, and they'd like to get rid of the water that they have. This is the way it looked over the last 48 hours. As you mentioned, the rain's slowly tapering off. But when you see this band from Columbia down 77 all the way to Charleston, you're talking a band of about 2 feet of rain. That's slowly starting to push northward into Florence, PD, Myrtle Beach, and then over into parts of the southern fringe of North Carolina. But still, a lot of rain, a lot of trouble, and they need a lot of help. They're getting it from the Red Cross all over the country, including here in Connecticut, where one woman is suiting up, getting ready to join the swath of volunteers headed to South Carolina. When scenes of massive rain and catastrophic flooding dominate the newscast, Missy Lundeen goes into action.
I saw that and I was like, I've got to go. I have to. It's my calling. Watch out, guys.
Her calling is what the American Red Cross does, which is why she's a disaster team action lead. When the flooding started, she started to pack.
I am going because it's my way of helping.
Her job? To set up shelters using trailers just like this one. Each one is set up the same. Many are waiting for her.
We carry 80 blankets. We carry 18 cleanup kits. We have 66 cots.
Non-perishable food, 5 cases of water, in addition to shelter kits, everything in here to run a shelter and keep tabs on the number of people in there. Already over 30 of these trailers have been deployed to South Carolina. Lundeen has been volunteering for the Red Cross for 4 years, and as the mom of older children, she'll put her husband in charge and put her at-home biz on hold for at least the next 2 weeks so that she can answer her calling.
I always say this is the best 80-hour-a-week job that does not pay ever.
And as the video continues to pour in, like these clips recorded by drone over flooded out parts of central South Carolina, she remembers what she's gone through here in Connecticut. And it helps her remember why she's headed south.
I've been through Irene. I've been through Superstorm Sandy. I've seen the devastation that these crazy, crazy weather phenomenons do to our own communities. And I felt the need that I had to go down there. I was being gravitated to go down to help.
Nice lady. She's one of 2 volunteers that are flying down there to South Carolina tomorrow. The trailer that she showed us stays here for now. If they call for it, they'll get it down there. One reason they didn't bring it down as well, they like to keep the trailers dispersed evenly across the country if possible. And remember, just a couple of days, we were wondering if we were going to get hit by Hurricane Joaquin today and tomorrow. And if that were going to happen, well, we'd want that trailer up here. We've got more coming up with our forecast and more, of course, on the flooding in South Carolina. That's coming up in just a few minutes. For now, let's throw it back to Jen.
All right, thank you very much, Matt. We'll certainly continue to follow that story, and we'll talk to you in a little while. Now to a search at sea. The Coast Guard searching the Atlantic Ocean for a missing crew whose cargo ship sank during Hurricane Joaquin on Thursday. More than 30 people, 28 of them Americans, were aboard the El Faro when it sank in high winds and heavy seas in the Bermuda Triangle. So far, one body has been found in a survival suit, and one of the ship's lifeboats has been discovered, but it was empty. One of the crew members is a Massachusetts maritime graduate, and 4 others are from Maine.
Meantime, Hurricane Joaquin continues to move away from Bermuda. Here's an aerial view of Thursday's damage from the Bahamas. Look at this. You can see many homes just under the water. When Joaquin tore through the island, it was a Category 4 storm with winds of up to 140 miles per hour. Now, of course, it's much weaker and thankfully not having an impact on our weather.
Yeah, Fox Connecticut's Rachel Frank joins us from the Weather Center with more. Rach, those pictures are crazy.
Yeah, you know, normally when you talk about a Category 4 hurricane, you get anywhere between 4 to 8 hours worth of damage and the storm moves away. But this storm with Category 4 winds sat over the Bahamas for 2 days straight. So that's the kind of damage that we're looking at. Now here's Category 1, again, weakened Joaquin, right now located 195 miles north of Bermuda, and the storm is continuing to pull away from land, moving to the north-northeast at about 13 miles per hour. And the breeze that was kind of one of the indirect effects from Joaquin for us over the weekend, that has let up a lot. And again, around here, just a mix of sun and clouds, and we have got a great stretch of weather looking ahead. Temperatures right now on the cooler side, though, low 60s for Hartford, mid 60s in Meriden, 63 the current temperature in Groton. And as we head through the evening tonight, another cool evening as well. We'll see clearing skies with temperatures that'll be dropping back into the lower to middle 40s for inland areas, mid and upper 40s for the shoreline. There could be some areas of patchy fog to start off the day tomorrow, but we've got a sunny stretch, a milder stretch with a couple days around 70 degrees, and then we'll see some rain return later in the week. We'll time it all out for you so you can make your plans for the week ahead. That's all coming up in just a bit.
Sounds good. We'll see you in a bit. Thank you, Rachel. Now to a story making national headlines. A West Hartford police officer denied service at a local Dunkin' Donuts for wearing the badge.
Saturday's incident prompting an explosion on social media, some even calling to boycott the business. Fox Connecticut's Jim Altman is live in West Hartford with more. Jimmy.
Guys, let me set the scene for you. A very busy and bustling part of West Hartford. If you know where the Stop and Shop is here in West Hartford, right off Farmington Avenue, we are in the plaza across the street. There is a CVS here. There is a Boston Market here. And at the end of the plaza, there is that Dunkin' Donuts, a very busy one. Neighbors come here, workers come here, and police come here. But it's what happened here on Saturday at this Dunkin' Donuts that's left a bad taste. The coffee talk has been contentious for the past 2 days, at least at this Dunkin' Donuts in West Hartford.
Well, he was a little dumbfounded when it happened.
On Saturday, a veteran West Hartford police officer came into this busy Farmington Avenue location to get a cup of coffee and was loudly told by a female employee, "We don't serve cops here." The police report states she then repeated herself, saying he didn't get the message. "We don't serve cops here." The officer took the high road. He walked out to the parking lot and was then approached by the store manager, who apologized. The employee said it was all in jest, but the story continues to percolate. It's been all over social media and even grabbed some headlines. Hey, how are you? We went to the store to ask about the incident. Can we just ask you about what happened here on Saturday?
Right now, I'm in the middle of my cash out. I can't really give
You can't talk to us about what happened here with the West Hartford police officer on Saturday?
No.
It was regrettable, though, right?
Yeah. Unfortunately, we can't give no kind of information on it. You guys can talk to Dunkin' Brands.
We asked franchisee Scott Fanning to discuss the matter on camera. He issued a statement instead saying, "We have apologized for this isolated and unfortunate incident. Dunkin' Donuts firmly respects and fully supports the West Hartford police. We look forward to our continued positive relationship." In fact, today the police and Dunkin' execs sat down. Ted Stoneburner is a West Hartford police lieutenant.
The chief's office met with Scott Fanning and Mark Koss.
They're the franchisees?
Yes, they own 25 stores in the area, and it was a very good meeting, and they've come to a mutual understanding of the incident, and we have no ill feelings.
And the police say they appreciate the public outcry.
This incident is over, and we just want to move ahead. And we have a great community here in West Hartford, and we truly appreciate their support.
And we also asked Dunkin' Donuts if any action was taken against that employee. They have yet to respond to that. West Hartford police say they have received dozens of messages of support, plenty of messages on their Facebook as well. One woman even dropped off a bunch of muffins at the station. We're live here in West Hartford. Jim Altman, Fox, Connecticut.
Yeah, talking about this for a while. A lot of folks still commenting on our Facebook page as well. Thank you, Jimmy. Well, this incident, not the only trouble brewing for the coffee chain. A police officer from Rhode Island is fuming after noticing a message scribbled across his cup reading Black Lives Matter. A colleague of the Providence police officer posted it to social media. You see there writing, "When is this silliness going to end? If the store gets robbed, she'll be calling us immediately to help, and we will, because that's what we do." The police union calls the slogan anti-police, saying the Black Lives Matter movement condones violence against officers. Duncan has also apologized for that incident.
Wish I had done something long before, something that I thought could never hit my community hit me.
Fighting for gun control, the mother of a Sandy Hook victim teaming up with Hillary Clinton today to push her for stricter gun laws, what she says needs to change.
And the Oregon Community College opened its doors today to allow students back on campus after the deadly shooting rampage. This as we hear more frightening accounts from survivors. The News at 4 returns right after this.